Hey folks, I'm going to be showing you how to move some dates forward after you get your old course content copied into your new course for this year. If dates are moved over, then those dates are going to be set for last year. Obviously not super helpful. Um, this will be the current school year, not the 15-16 school year, but I have to do it with what I have already available to make a recording to show you guys. So what you can do is you can come into content and then open up a unit, and when you scroll down you'll see that there are some dates that are already set. I'm going to go ahead and bulk edit, and this is the fastest way to set dates. And when you come through, you'll see that those dates are already set from previous years. And depending on how things line up, you can just come through and update the year and everything will be hunky-dory. At the very least, this saves you a little bit of time on having to set the actual PM end time for 11:59 and all of that, going through typing in the exact dates. So you can hit update and that'll work just fine. Nice thing about that is that this has start date, end date, and due date. I'm actually going to change it back to what it was because I'm going to show you a way to change all of them for all of your course all at once. Currently the functionality does not include due dates. That is something that I have reported to K-12, and hopefully K-12 has reported to D2L, and hopefully it's something that they're working on. Fingers crossed that by the time you guys need this video, the due dates will be included in what you need as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Come up to Tools and Course Admin, and there's this nice little Manage Dates tool. So once you're in, you can manage just the dates on specific tools. So if you wanted to do just content or discussions or drop boxes, you can manage the dates on just those. I want to do it for everything. You can also check for existing start and end dates, things like that. But like I said, I want to do it for everything. So you can see that when I set up my course on a previous year, I didn't do start and end dates on material. I really just wanted start and end dates on quizzes. That was the way I had set up my course. I wanted students to be able to access materials at any time. If you did start and end dates on material, you will have start and end dates on those as well. You also see that there's no due date tucked in here. Hopefully, like I said, that's something that changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just select everything and offset dates. I want to offset both the start and end date, not just one or the other. Again, hopefully there'll be something in here about due dates as well someday. And I'm just going to move it ahead 365 days, because there's 365 days in a year. You can also move it backwards or calculate it based on two dates. That's pretty neat if you are if you have a course that is taught in both spring and fall semester. Being able to move it forward the right amount of days, kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And when we come back out, my 2016 dates should be 2017. Hey, check it out, 2017. So that'll move the day that materials become available and the day that materials stop being available. You will have to check your calendar for specific end dates. Make sure that those final due dates do land on the same time. That's not something that's on a calendar that I have yet, so it's something that you're going to need to check. So in the end, this may be something that is better being done by hand in that content area anyways. But it's something I suggest giving it a try, seeing if it works out. Because like I said, now these are at least 2017. So we'll check here. And sure enough, like I said, that due date doesn't move yet. Now this only moves start and end dates. If you want to set up your calendar, I'm going to go ahead and move to September, and you're going to see that I have a pretty empty calendar. Just a couple of things on here. Pretty uninteresting. So that is because of the calendar being a separate tool than those dates. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to head all the way back to last year's calendar. So if this calendar was copied in, there's going to be all these things on the calendar from the previous year. Turns out that we can actually move those pretty easily. Edit this item. Change that to 2016. It really likes making it 2017 for some reason, not super sure why. And it likes things being more than a day long, even though it's all day. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And presto, it's gone. So this is probably slightly faster than going in and manually adding all the new ones again. Probably not significantly faster. But personally, I know when I am needing to do these kinds of things, even if I'm only saving just a few seconds, I'm pretty excited to be saving a few seconds. Especially when you have a whole year's worth of things to update. So then you can see that once you start to get in the flow of things, it starts to go pretty quick. And actually, oh, well, I messed that one up. That's okay. We can go ahead and check that September. And you'll be able to hit the This Month button, and it'll jump you to the month that you are in. I, unfortunately, am not in the month of September, so I'm going to have to click to it either way. And you can see I've started to get a few things moved in. Obviously I have a few things that need to be moved around a bit still. But once stuff is in at least the right general area, it's a whole lot easier to get it placed without having to click around through multiple months. So hopefully this is a worthwhile thing and saves you at least a couple minutes.